Such an open-ended circumvention of immigration laws was an unconstitutional exercise of authority by the executive branch. The effect of this unilateral executive amnesty, among other things, contributed to a surge of minors at the southern border that yielded terrible humanitarian consequences. It also denied jobs to hundreds of thousands of Americans by allowing those same illegal aliens to take those jobs. Therefore, the nation must set and enforce a limit on how many immigrants we admit each year, and that means all cannot be accepted. To have a lawful system of immigration that serves the national interest, we cannot admit everyone who would like to come here. It's just that simple. The Department of Justice has advised the President and the Department of Homeland Security that the Department of Homeland Security should begin an orderly, lawful wind-down, including the cancellation of the memo that authorized this program. All immigration policies should serve the interests of the people of the United States, lawful immigrant and native-born alike. Economically, the lives of millions who are struggling, and it will enable our country to more effectively teach new immigrants about our system of government and to assimilate them to the culture.
So today, Tuesday, September the 5th, 2017, the Attorney General of the United States, Mr. Jeff Sessions, announced the official wind down of the DACA program. Now, DACA stands for Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. What exactly does the wind down mean? As of now, there are no new applications that will be accepted. If you have a renewal, you have until October 5th, 2017, and it's only valid if your paperwork expires between today, September the 5th, 2017, and March the 5th, 2018. Part 1, to be qualified, you need to be under the age of 31 by June 15th, 2012. 2, you need to have come to the United States before your 16th birthday. Part 3, you must have continuously resided in the United States of America since June 15th, 2007. Part 4, you must have been in the United States physically on June 15th, 2012, and at the time of asking for your DACA approval. Part 5, you need to have no lawful status on June 15th, 2012. That does mean that you could have been brought here perfectly legally and your paperwork has expired and you qualified for DACA. So can we please stop talking about how this is for illegal immigrant children now? Like, it just... Yes, they're affected, but it's... Part 6. You need to have either a GED, a high school diploma, or an honorable discharge from the United States Coast Guard or Armed Forces. Part 7. You cannot be convicted of a significant misdemeanor or 3 very minor misdemeanors. Now, to prove who you are and where you were in this whole timeline, it's the same kind of thing that you use when you go to the DMV. We're talking insurance documents, mail, bills, diploma, GED, you're talking your college degrees. Let's get into some real actual numbers about how many DACA recipients are actually out there. The United States immigration website states that there are presently 799,907 DACA recipients. Average age of these recipients is 25, with the average age of arrival being 6.5 years of age. To put this number into perspective, the 2010 US Census has predicted that in 2017, the population of the United States is about 324.4 million people, meaning that DACA recipients make up only 0.25% of the entire population. That is about as many people that live in Charlotte, North Carolina. It is also equivalent to 1/10 of New York City. Now, the top 3 states that the DACA recipients are in, from 1st to 3rd, are California, Texas, New York. California has around 200,000, Texas has about 110,000, and New York has about 53,500. Now that we know where they are they from? At the very top, you have Mexico with 622,000 people. Below that, it drops quite drastically for El Salvador with around 30,000 people. And then third is Guatemala with around 19,500 people. The rest is an amalgamation of people from Central and South America, the Philippines, South Korea, and European nations. I feel we'd be remiss talking about DACA and not talking about education within DACA. If we look at the recipients of DACA under the age of 25, now under the age of 25, some kids may graduate college, but 45% are in some form of education, with over 70% of those pursuing a bachelor's degree or higher. Now we're on to one of the subjects that most people really like talking about when it comes to DACA and taking away hundreds and hundreds of thousands of jobs. 93% of people that have qualified for DACA are employed full-time, working 40 hours a week on average. They're also earning on average around $40,000 a year. That is double the point of the poverty line in the United States of America for a 3-person household. Prior to DACA, only 60% of these people had any form of employment whatsoever, earning on average that $20,000 a year that kept them on the poverty line for a 3-person household. This jump from 60% employment to 93% employment is actually 240,000 jobs. The population of the city of Madison in Wisconsin. So really here we're talking about 240,000 more people working jobs than there were pre-DACA. Is 240,000 jobs really a lot when you have a population of 324 million people? Another thing that's being discussed in the media is how people on DACA are abusing welfare and they're abusing the social security system. However, let me tell you what DACA recipients are ineligible for. Medicaid, food stamps. And for all you college kids out there, FAFSA. There will be links in the description to everywhere that I got my numbers from, so you can check that out yourself. If you are inclined to get involved with anything regarding DACA or immigration, I'll link where you can easily contact and tweet your state representatives in the description below. If you are inclined to do anything, please do.